Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Suman Roy, and I'm the CEO and founder of an organization called Feed Scarborough. I'm also an author and podcaster with the Zero Hunger Project. So I'm going to tell you a story like everybody else, but a story on the beginning of pandemic in March of 2020. Try to remember that day when the government of Canada announced we are going to close down, everything is closing, there's a global pandemic. I had a great job, and suddenly the same day I saw on Facebook that our only food bank in the community was shutting down as well for the pandemic. Now keep in mind, immigrating from India, in India we don't really see volunteerism as we see here in Canada. There is not a special thing that we really want to go out and do. We're going to volunteer today. I wasn't brought up in that culture. That wasn't what it was. When things happened, we needed to jump and help. That's what we knew, not about volunteerism to be something very specific. So when I saw that, immediately I thought about we need to do something in this community to help the most vulnerable. So I literally went knocking on doors of my neighbors and said, we need to help. We need you to come out and help. Probably people thought I'm crazy knocking on doors in the beginning of pandemic. Really, we don't know what's going on. But the community responded. They came out, and we were trying to put money on the table, go to No Frills, do some shopping, come back, and give it to people. That's how we started Feed Scarborough. It wasn't planned that we will volunteer. And we have a few here in the audience in the very initial days who had come out and jumped and helped. I don't know how many of you who are here at least or are original volunteers who said, okay, I'm going to go and volunteer. I think the mentality was, there is a need. Let's go and find a solution. So now, looking at the ground level, as an organization, we entertain little less than 500 volunteers every week. We see that a lot of our community members are coming and helping because they see the need and they need to be there for their community, which is a fantastic feeling. So we started off, we grew like wildfire, unfortunately. We don't want to grow. I'm in one of those businesses where I want to shut my business down the first opportunity I get. But unfortunately, we are growing like wildfire. We're serving around 8,500 people every week. It's a massive organization right now. But one thing that I see is who is actually coming and volunteering and why. And we do surveys within our volunteers. And the last survey I literally did this past weekend to get the most up-to-date information before I came here to talk today. And one thing that we saw, that just less than 30% of our volunteers, now keep in mind, we are in Scarborough. I want to mention that for the context. Little less than 30% are actually people who are born in Canada. We have around 48% of our volunteers are less than 1 year in this country. So that will give you a little bit of perspective into who is coming and volunteering. Now let's get into why, because that is something that we also ask, is why are they volunteering? It's only around 36% of our volunteers said, oh, we just want to come and give to the community. A majority of it is we want to network. We are new to this country. We want to get to know people. While we are doing that, we are doing something good. So the first instinct in their mind, and this is data, this is not me saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. The first thing is, we are new to this country. We need to establish ourselves. We need to get to know our neighbors. What is the best way to do? Let's find a local organization, go and spend time, get to know our neighbors. While doing that, we are doing something good for the community. So there is a lot that actually we need to unpack here. It is, what are they getting? If we are, gone are the days when, and especially when I'm talking of Toronto and Scarborough, gone are the days where majority of the volunteers were retirees who used to come volunteer because they have all the time in their world and they want to give back to the community. That's a very small population now. the majority that we see on the ground is they are expecting something in return. It's not financial. And in anybody who works nonprofit or charity know that we have no money to give ever. We are always broke. But the reality is they are coming for that experience. And what they do with that experience is a whole different ballgame. Are they going to take that experience and put it on their resume to have their Canadian experience? Are they going to take that networking experience to actually figure out how to grow their network? Everybody has their own different reasons. But there is something they get out of it. And as an organization who literally survives because of volunteers, if we don't understand and respect that, we are missing out. So we certainly respect that. We have networking events within the volunteers and try to get to know each other. We have a system where people can claim their shifts, so they can go to different locations and volunteer, try to get to know more of like-minded people. We heard stories, but we have all sort of different benefits that we can provide. And one of the benefits, and I'm not advertising this, but in last 5 years, 6 of our couples came out of our volunteering. So we are a matchmaker too. So if you're single and looking to find people, feel free, look us up, Feed Scarborough. We are more than happy to provide that service for free. I'm just saying. And it's not an online service, so there's no blind dating going on. But that is the reality is everybody is coming for a reason, and we need to provide that reason as a volunteer organization. We cannot survive without them, but also they are our biggest asset, and we need to rely on them. And just with that, I'm going to wrap up. I'm Suman Roy, those who didn't catch it in the first round, and follow us on our podcast at the Zero Hunger Project. Thank you.